Alright, you birds, there it is, the Synthrotech, the do-it-yourself kit. I'm not going to do it. I let them do it. I paid extra, the full $10 extra to have it done for me, and here it is. The idea here is that I am going to take this out of its package and put it into this case somehow. How that is remains to be seen. It could go here and I'll chop this out, or we could excavate back in here somewhere. We're going to investigate the real estate situation here. But I will say that the picture on the internet, on the computer, I thought it was smaller. But I'm always confused. I know, I could have divided the HP by 5 and got an exact number in inches, US, good old American inches, and figured this out ahead of time. But that's not our way here at Tiny Tadger Studios. We're spontaneous. So, all right, so I'll get to the hacksaw out and the tools and the drill, and we'll drill and blast, and we'll force our will on this, and then I'm going to have a proper headphone output. This Synthro thing was a wash. It doesn't work. It's not stereo. I don't know what it's for. I don't know if I bought it assembled. I don't know if it's defective. This is the same guy I bought another kit from. I've lost about $160. He does business under 2 different company names, so I didn't know it was the same person. Anyway, enough about that. I've got this. If I take the outputs of this, I've discovered that this is kind of just a temporary lash up here, and that is the headphone output. There are the beautiful headphones. I forget what these are. Audio Technica, I think. I've had them a long time. They're really good. I just covered this, custom covered. So anyway, I'm convinced that now I can detach these from this circuit strip that runs from the power supply all the way through these outputs rather, to this, which is all cobbled up in mono for some reason. It sums to mono at the 1/4 inch, which is back here. Not clear why they would do that, but they did that. So I'm convinced that I can take this and just get some jumpers, and after I've reworked these two, those can be the inputs, and I will basically replace all the fiddling that I've done with these jumpers, these little jumper cables here, and I'm going to put a stereo jack in here, and I'm going to have to find the right value. I'll probably need a double pot, maybe, potentiometer to get some kind of volume control, because you can see the headphones are being, they're super loud at half of 1 on the 10 scale there. So, it already goes to 11 when it's at 1 kind of thing. So we'll have to deal with that somehow, but I'm convinced it can be done. And I like this because I'll just have, a place to drill in here kind of thing. You see it all revealed. All revealed. Now this is kind of a little daughtery board thing. And I already mangled this. So I think probably what we do is undo this bit of butchery. Oh, look, it's already undone. That's convenient, actually, in its way. So we will try and repurpose these as our inputs to this wee tiny 1/8 inch tip ring sleeve setup, and we'll drill another hole, and we'll have to take this with us so we get the right size drill and a little punch. And then I think we'll kind of breadboard this in a sense and see if we can get the right size resistor in there to make some kind of volume control. All right, back in a flash. All right, here I've got a meter going basically and some headphones, and I've made this kind of preliminary idea about taking the output of this Doppler. Now here's the A138 mini stereo mixer. It's got 4 inputs. It'll pan on each of the inputs, and it's got 2 outputs. And right now, the idea here is I've pulled these out. These two, I don't know why they're there. They were there to, I guess you take your outputs of whatever module you've got and put them into here, and then take it out of the back 1/4 inch, which is summed to mono for some reason. Now, this wouldn't have cost them a dime more to make this a functioning left-right system, but whatever. So now I've taken that. I don't know if you can see that. I've hacksawed off the end of the little kind of daughter board type of thing, the ribbon cable connected board that serves each of these things, and this 2-out previous system that came with the case. This is a sturdy case. This is pretty heavy gauge metal. So it'll take some drilling, and hopefully we'll get our hole lined up just so. So this little section, which I borrowed, which was really just some more kind of connectors, 1/8 inch connectors, tip sleeve connectors. And now I've got it kind of wired up like this, and here is the resistor I decided on. There's been a minor embarrassment here, at least by local standards. My 9th grade math has deserted me entirely. So I just got some, a bag of resistors and kept swapping them out until I got something that sort of pretty much worked. So, okay, I'm going to turn this up now. And that's on 3. And you can see that we've got and now if I go to 6, on to 5, you can see those are leveled up. And this is a 10K resistor, which is kind of a pretty standard, input resistor for these kind of circuits. And now if I dial this all the way to the top, up to 10, you see it stops just short of that, it's at -1 basically. And that should be a pretty hot signal and no distortion and sound pretty good. And it should drive any reasonable set of headphones. I'll let you listen to this when I'm kind of finished up here. So for the moment, and now I can crank up these ones. Oh, yeah, looks like I can get too hot. Okay, so I'll just dial these back. And that's kind of too much of a good thing anyway. So there we go. So we can drive this, over, but really it's just for me to listen to headphones, and it's not a recording setup. This is just to listen to headphones when I'm out and about. And I made a previous video about this kind of battery pack that starts your car, but it has, some auxiliary function as well. You can charge a computer, your phone, things like that. And so I just made this case is just kind of, I had all this other stuff in it previously, and we'll go back to that. But right now it's just running from a sequencer, and I've got both a pitch CV is going into the octave, volts per octave, and just they're both getting the same note. This is a jumper. And then I've got whatever that is, a triangle wave, I guess. I'm guessing that's the sine wave, that's the triangle, that's the saw, and that's the square. And then these are divisions. This is down an octave, and this is down 2 octave. This is a pretty cool oscillator. You could do a lot worse for, I don't know, I think I have $120 into each of them used, and they're good. These come from Spain. So that's 4 inputs. And you can kind of, by using these stackables, you can get most of this into this 2-input thing. And you can either jack this out, I suppose, to something else, to another mixer like this, or you can get an outboard mixer. But just for an out and about, to take to the woods, the mountains, the beach, whatever, I think this is going to be pretty cool. I had toyed with the idea of getting a volume control and trying to make it adaptable to different, kinds of headphones, because some are louder, some are quieter. But I think this will work out pretty well. And so far, there's a little bit of noise, but not too much noise. And I think by the time it's all, bolted down and soldered up, that we'll have something that's going to be usable as a portable thing and as an extra feature, if nothing else. Because the way this is, it was useful. I had no use for mono outputs, anything. You got all this bitchin' stereo stuff. This is mind-blowing stereo. And this does left-right. And, so it was just kind of short-sighted, I thought, to make that not a stereo thing. So anyway, we'll get this all buttoned up, and hopefully we'll have a finished product in a mere matter of moments. All right? Au momentaire. All right. Some time has passed, and here it is, all kind of doodadded up. All right, there it is. Those are 10K. Okay, so there's that. And I drilled my holes. Always the worst part of any of this, I've got to say. And let's think about this. So I tested it out, and it works pretty cool. It works perfectly well. Adjust all the volumes and the pans with this thing, and here's the outputs. And when it's installed, in moments from now, we should just be able to use 2 shorties and go left, right, and get a headphone stereo out. All right, stay tuned. All right, here it is. It works perfectly, or it works as expected. And I wanted to make sure that this strip was working, but that's working, and it's pretty cool. And I'm guessing the clock would work too. So we can unplug this from the sequencer and put this back in CV. And now we should have it back the way it was originally. All right, I've got her all cobbled back together. Now this is going out and is fed into this thing just for test up. And I'm coming out of the CV like we were before into this, and we should have some type of thing going there. And I'll move this down so that we're at the bottom octave here, and that should give us a result of sorts. And now I'll unplug this, put it in the CV just to show that this does work. And that's the MIDI out of this device. And so now we've got MIDI in. I just want to make sure all this still works, because hacksaw, So anyway, you can go use the MIDI cable and hook it up to a computer and set the defaults for all this. And for the clock division, it looks like I went and did it already, because these are both blinking at the same time. But you can go into the software and change this so it's half time, quarter time, whatever. But then you have to keep doing that whenever. You can't change it on the fly, I don't think. So there, it would appear to be working, and I'm thrilled with that. So, there you have it, guys. Another 10-minute job done.